Hey y'all, and welcome back.
Parasite Studios earlier tonight. Witnesses say that they were shocked when the negative zero star emerged
Should we
unscathed
do
and apparently unfazed by his
a
icy
favor?
accident.
There seems to
Rivers
be some
agent
werewolf
released a
blood
statement stating that
sent
Rivers'
by
crash was
Sebastian
due to a
LaCroix.
mechanical problem and that the studio is not pursuing legal action against Rivers for the trademark gate's destruction.
So let's go on and take care of that. Now, I've already gone through the trouble of gaining access. Wait here for the guard.
This area is for hospital staff only. Yeah, she called. I don't remember hearing anything about computer problems, but you'd know better than I would. I'll open the door for you. Follow me.
So if we're trying to stealth, you would want to come through here first, which will get you into the air ducts. That will then let you drop down into here. And now that I've unlocked both the door and the cabinet, we just need to wait for our opportunity to slip by Monsieur Guard. Is he behind me? He is. The werewolf blood. Okay. Wait for the guard to walk away. Though I could try and... No, I couldn't. It's blocked by the camera. He's walking away, though. If you're caught in any of the rooms beyond the one that he lets you into, he'll turn hostile. This one's a high look pick, I think, yeah, 5. And now that all that's taken care of, I should be able to just begin to bounce. I'll come back to that locker later, as it has a key item for another quest in it. I've got a good amount of persuasion and seduction.
Nothing. Nothing. Just waiting for a friend to get off work. He's a police officer, old army buddy. He should be bringing his dog as well. It's a Rottweiler. Wonderful attack dogs, they are.
They're adorable, aren't they?
Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and do be careful.
Thanks. 20 bucks. Alright, let's put the thing in the thing. There we go. And then if we leave and come back,
Dry the corpse.
Our top story tonight, a derelict ship found
we get money. And a Masquerade redemption if we breached it.
a few hours ago.
That is one way to get a game over if you break the Masquerade enough times.
Very little information right now, but have identified the vessel
You've got 5 breaches of the Masquerade before you get game over.
as the Elizabeth Dane. No word as of yet as to the whereabouts of the crew, though the Coast Guard has
Alright, so to get seduction and persuasion up to 6, I need 16. Crab nipples indeed. Okay.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you are committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in. Well, Missy, that's just a natural response that people have to someone in my kind of position. The risk, the prestige, the authority. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Yeah, you know, you'd be surprised how often I hear that in this line of work. It's the uniform, you know. Women just can't get over the uniform. Well, yeah, unfortunately, if I continue to engage you in conversation, it's a violation of Code 613.
I'll go on and fill up my blood pool before entering. He is going to go unconscious and drop his key so we can just enter. So the donation box is right here. Pretty useless. Now you cannot actually slice these with anything other than the knife. And you're going to need to know general Bible lore. Cain slays Abel. Cain is cursed by God. Cain meets Lilith. Cain slays Lilith. And that summons a blood curse. Our first real kind of boss. Careful, this boy does aggravated damage with those claws. But with thaumaturgy, you can make very quick work of this boy. Ow. Rude. Oof. One more hit. And there he goes. 3 experience. Very nice. Let's see. Let's increase persuasion first. See ya, officer. Sorry, ossifer. So aggravated damage will heal automatically like regular damage, it just takes a lot longer. How's my humanity? 1 off of max? Move.
I missed you. Did
I'm
you
thirsty.
miss me?
Sure, give me a drink.
what's up, girl?
Death, as usual.
Oh man, thanks again for your help.
Hey, you.
I
Long
thirst.
time until sunlight.
Just barely.
Is anyone smoking more?
And come on. Up we go.
You. What were you thinking?
Uh,
The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
I mean, I did call that this smells like a trap.
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you! Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum. Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
I would. Of course, Dark One.
There's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
And how might this deed be done?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones. For all her unwholesome diversions and irritating disruptions, I should be less tolerant of her. She is my sister, however, and I suppose I'm obligated to forgive her her trespasses. I did sire her, after all. Please, be quick about it.
Alright. Let's go solve your little sibling dispute. This is the last Santa Monica quest we have available for now. We've got a bunch in our quest log, but all of this stuff is going to take us to other parts of the game. Not suspicious at all. Alright, Blood Purge, Blood Strike. Feared the flinging of a ton of blood, bitch! You saw nothing. Mushy mushy.
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her design, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
Alright. Let us see if I managed to do this correctly. Because it's been a while since I've played purely Malkavian on this game, so I don't remember the dialogue choices off the top of my head of which I need to choose in order to have the outcome of this quest line be the outcome I want. I think I did it right, but I'm not wholly sure on the matter. In that fight, I did go ahead and get a shotgun. Again, pretty useless to me. Oh wow, would you look at that? Hello? Game. You're gonna do this to me, of course you are. Fucking how far back is that? I really need to start saving more often. Quests. Quest log. Bad blood. Okay, so. Yep. Just gotta redo this. Alright. Come here. You saw nothing.
I'm terrible.
Go on with your meager life. Actually, I'm thirsty. Okay, now you can go on with your meager life. I think I remember something possibly being behind the counter here. No, I guess not.
Sorry.
Alright. Let's save before entering the room, just in case. Alright, are you gonna... Good.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seemed promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now, I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram, I swear. Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me! I wasn't sticking my fingers in anyone's pie, dear sister. Of course you weren't. Just like you weren't working with him. Is it any different than the way you treated Father? Father? Oh, Therese. You poor deluded dear. I treated Father exactly the way he deserved to be treated. And he treated you like a... You don't say a word about Father. Your heart still belongs to Daddy after all these years, eh, sister? At least he loved me. You take that back, you bitch! You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
Okay, so from where does this hateful quarrel?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with Kine, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say Daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead. Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up! Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
So if you couldn't guess, I've been trying this entire first portion of the game to save... They're called Tournette, but honestly, I like the sound of Tournette better.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
And to do that, you need a hefty amount of both persuasion and seduction to keep both of them in general good humors towards you, specifically the player, along with a minimum of 6 in order to get these blue dialogues during this conversation.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him. Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
So, critical point. We could say, I don't believe your hollow words, the White Daughter, Jeanette. The dark deeds of the Dark Daughter, not to be believed. Somebody's fucking calling me. Give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. I'll edit out the dead air. But for our purposes, the third option is what I want. History's shadow need not fall on you both.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Well, let's see. We've got two sides of the same face cannot live apart. Can you not see? You live in the same skin. You're crazier than I am. Work together. Your power will be more than double, or there's no difference until you both lay smoking.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed, face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
So, Dark One, let the Light One carry more of the burden.
More responsibility. So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
And the White Mistress. Stand not in the way of the Dark One's plans.
But I only do it for attention and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
Run this house as a family, and you both may unlive another day.
If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult.
Wasn't there a time when you two looked at each other in the eye?
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own world. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
Hey, you don't really wish to become an only child, do you?
I never did. No, I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tongue? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree.
Give me the boomstick.
Take it. I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tongue. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
So, by saving both Therese and Jeanette, or Tournette, if you will gain a humanity as well as 3 experience. In having one of them die, you will only gain 1 experience. We share the same sweet madness, daughters of Janus. Farewell.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
And with that, y'all, we'll go on and call this episode here, as we've got just one last thing to take care of here in Santa Monica. See you soon. Cheers.